Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is MWI Prepper 19113, and this is my video response to the Toxic Storms giveaway time. What gear would you bring to survive? He wants to know what you would take to survive if you were being dropped off on a tropical island and you could get as much of whatever you wanted in your pack, whatever you wanted to take. Well, this is my pack, and I think we'll start on the outside. We got some pockets on the outside here. We'll take a look, see what we got. Okay, first we have the ham radio for communications, of course, because AM and FM wouldn't work out there. Be pretty limited for much of anything. Next, we got Bug Guard Skin So Soft from Avon. I thought this was Jungle Works. I know I've got a Jungle Works somewhere. I don't like Skin So Soft. Anyway, it would be Jungle Works. Next, I'm going to go through this pretty fast because there's a lot of stuff in here. Here's a Navy type rescue mirror that with the aiming hole in the middle, so that you know, I could signal. There's directions on the back. And there's a little button compass, really small button compass, but I got compasses covered anyway. But that's better than nothing. But anyway, in the event that you see a plane, helicopter, or another boat, you could signal them with this really well. Ouch, ouch. A couple of energy bars. In the event that could not find food for quite a while, I'd go ahead and have to resort to these. Would much rather that I was able to survive on my own and go with my own food instead of that. Here is a card with, let me see, put something behind it here. This is a card it's a survival card for wilderness survival. It's got fishing hooks on it, spearheads, saws, and some trap locks, snare locks. Here I have this small tool. These are all screwdrivers, and I do wear glasses, so they would come in handy if I needed glasses, although I do have an extra set of glasses with me. So there they are. Nice little multi-tool. Small size and the large size. Okay, all the extra stuff on it with the can opener, bottle opener, knives, screwdrivers, and then I've got, yeah, right, which one is this? Oh, Sheffield. Okay, I don't like the way it opens, but it is very, very sharp. I love it for that. And that's the only reason I'm taking it, because this will be for cooking only. Let's see, something else here. What is that? Okay, well, flashlight. Okay. And a matchbox with a button compass, waterproof, and has a striker, an old striker here by Winchester, and it comes with a lanyard. Okay, let's see here. Multiple carabiners, different sizes. You'll see them hanging around. Anyway, let's see here. I'll go to this pouch. Magnifying glass for starting fires, removing splinters, reading maps, what have you. This is a fire starter. This black area here is a flint, and then you unscrew this thing. That's the steel, and I really shouldn't be doing this in the house. Let me do it over here. But it is very let's get that. Oops, see what I mean? There you go. Close enough. But it's got the black stuff on it, just like a ferro rod. You have to get that started and get that off there. Let's see, being that I would be on a deserted island or a tropical island, I'd like to take a couple extra cameras along to document my stay and the island and my experiences there. Okay, this got some bleach here in a small bottle. That's for, of course, sanitizing my cookware, and water. I know that there are different amounts of bleach to add to water according to how clean or dirty it looks. But anyway, rule of thumb, if it's just like stream water, you would put 2 drops per quart. If it's a little murky, you would want to go with 4 drops per quart. Oh, by the way, if you happen to take a different container, say if it's a Gatorade container, and you put bleach in it, please relabel that bottle. Obliterate or remove the original label and make your own label, as I did, and put the proper, correct name of what's in that bottle so no accidents happen. Because all too often accidents do happen because people do not relabel their bottles or containers. I got some plastic flatware there, and the old standby survival card. And this is taking too long already. Boy, I'm going to be here all night. Let me get this closed up before somebody sits on it. Oh, let's see. I've got some instructions here on directions for purifying drinking water with pool shock. And that's a long process there. I've got, you know, a little few things here and there I stick in my bag every once in a while if I like them, like, you know, recipes and you know, import stuff like this with water. Okay. All right, we'll get into the top here. Incidentally, yes, I will be wearing a shirt like this, and I'll be wearing my hat and glasses, sunglasses. So the whole idea behind a shirt, a flannel shirt on a tropical island, is to spray it down with bug spray the day before I leave. As long as you're not getting all dusty and dirty and abrading it against trees and stuff like that, or getting it wet, that bug spray will last on your and keep bugs away from you for up to 3 days. Then of course go ahead and wash it. You got some bleach. I have soap in here, and we'll we just wash it like we did in the old days with the bar soap. Rinse it out, and you're good to go. All right, go in the top here. All right, have a means of hunting. A CO2 pistol with some ammo. About 400 or 500 BBs there. Now you saw the radio that I took out first. This, in the event of some bad solar weather, solar radiations, or coronal mass ejections, or an EMP, solarham.com and the band on the radio, they will send out alerts so that you can always you can monitor for that. And I'm taking along an EMP bag with me, a Faraday bag, so that if an alert does come out, I can protect my electronics in this bag, because I have more than just the radio that is run by electronics. Okay, let's see. Here's this for this. All right. Okay, I have some. Excuse me. I have some entertainment for myself. A pair of 5 dice. And a deck of playing cards, zombie playing cards, that I won in the Toxic Storms giveaway last year. Okay, this is my mosquito net for my hammock. And that does it for that side, or for that pocket. Now, a couple of bungee cords to hang stuff, mainly the pack so it doesn't keep falling over. And okay, we got a pack here of that good old cellulose fiber that we all love, bathroom tissue. Can't do without that. Of course, I know we have no idea how long we're going to be on this island, so I may run out sooner than I think. Now here I have is a combination IFAC, or individual first aid kit, and fishing kit, very small fishing kit, of 170 feet of line, several sinkers, and a handful of hooks. And then as far as the first aid part, the normal, band-aids, swabs, ibuprofens, Tylenol, stuff like that. So everything's on a smaller scale, less of everything, that's all. Okay, I have my Bundeswehr German World War II mess kit. It's got the pot, the canteen, a cup, and the canteen is on the inside. You use that for sterilizing water and eating. Okay. Oh, let's see, where's the other one? There we go. Now these will be on my boots. These are the latest thing here. These are fire laces. They come with a little striker steel and 2 ferro rods on each lace set. And I have already taken sandpaper and try to clean that up a little bit. Now you got to be careful with these strikers. They are sharp. See if you can see that edge on there, just like a knife blade. There were sparks coming off of these rods when I was cleaning them off. Now I'm having trouble with my hand here because I have arthritis real bad, going for surgery. See that? Anyway, they have to get cleaned up a little more, I'm sure. Enough of that. This is turning into a long haul here. Got about 150 feet of paracord. And I hope this is coming out here. I can't tell. Okay, I have a wrist rocket for hunting. Nice and quiet, stealthy. Thing is too, for underwater, you can use this in conjunction. Use the wrist rocket with these darts for spear fishing. Okay, pair of binoculars for tracking food and watching for rescue, of course. Plastic bag for hauling water, tinder, what have you. Okay, we got a life straw for filtering water. Got a mini Sawyer for filtering water, and of course I have my pot and some bleach, and you can boil. You should always have at least 3 ways of purifying water and 3 ways of making fire, which I have. Let's see here. There's some safety pins for different jobs around camp. Always come in handy. And for hunting while I'm sleeping, a couple of good old boys. Have breakfast for you when you wake up. Okay. Let's see. There's that Jungle Formula insect repellent I was telling you about. That'll do good. Okay, now this is a little ditty that I bought at a yard sale. You never know what you're going to find at yard sales. This thing is great. I spotted it, and the people couldn't understand why I wanted it. You can see through it. See what that is? This is this is a little, like a little shopping bag or something, or a lady's handbag. But it's screen material, very fine mesh, and inside it was these 4 what I'm going to use as tent pegs, and or tent stakes, and they, you know, it looks like they came off of some Christmas or decorations. But anyway, this bag valuable to me, they were charged only $1/4. You couldn't beat that. I was very excited to get this, and they couldn't understand why. But if they knew what I wanted it for now, I bet you they'd be wanting a couple of dollars for it. Okay, next. That. Extra pair of glasses. Bait for my overnight traps, and if I happen to get low on protein myself, I got it right here. Okay. Alright, besides those traps, I have a snare here. Let's see here. Here we have the military style compass with the aiming crosshairs and mirror. You can see the numbers up here from where on my side, on the inside of this glass. And, anyway, very nice little compass. Okay, carabiners, I said earlier. I have carabiners of different sizes for different jobs. Some duct tape. Fire kit. 9 different ways to start a fire. Got a magnifying glass or a Fresnel lens. We got fill bottles with different things in them, cotton balls, soaked in or wiped in Vaseline. We got steel wool and a 9-volt battery. That'll start a fire. And then I've got regular matches and a strip of sandpaper in different bottles so they don't ignite. And several other things. Oh, there's a tube and a pipe with an elbow, and if you have a fire that you're having trouble with to stay lit, you put this tube in this elbow and the tubing together and blow in it, down towards the fire, and get it stoked up and ready to go. So, and it works very well. Okay, I got an extra band for the wrist rocket, just in case, because I don't know how long I'm going to be there. Okay, some hand sanitizer. Okay, besides being hand sanitizer, everybody should know by now that it is flammable, so it's a good fire starter. Alright. A little protection from who knows who, and one magazine here. We got another one in the ammo can, and there's some extra ammo. Okay, now I'll do that. Now, as soon as I get there. Okay, I've got all these different seeds. I can sprout a lot of these to eat, okay, for protein. And I can also, once they're sprouted, actually I can soak these the day before we leave. And so I have a jump on it by a day, and within 5 days I'll be eating some, lower form of protein, if I haven't found anything to eat within 5 days. And if I can't, I really can't imagine that, but just in case. Also, once they're sprouted, whatever I don't eat, I can plant. Then I'll have a nice, food source, sustainable. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's for something else. Bank line. 360-pound test. I think something like that. 100% nylon, yeah. Good for all kinds of stuff. Just don't get hooked in the deep water, because you're going to lose that much line, because you're going to have to cut it, because there's no way you're going to break it. Okay. Headlamp. The red light is for at night, so that animals can't see you, can't see the light, and you can still see things around you with the red light, and it won't blind you. Okay. Getting down to it here. The saw. Self-explanatory. If you really don't know what it's for, PM me and I'll explain it. An axe, brand new. For both building and fire making and protection. For instance, I'm out of bullets and darts and BBs. This is my next go-to guy. Okay, let's see here. Got my Mora. Very sharp knife, I love it. This is a high carbon, so you have to make sure if you get it wet, get it greased up. Dry it off real quick, get it greased up, so you don't have any rust spots on it. Because I'm not taking any sandpaper or anything with me, just a steel wool that I have in a fire making kit. Okay, and then I have a Condor butcher knife, a baby machete. Thing's heavy enough, you can do some really good chopping, but I wouldn't use it in the jungle. I'd like to keep it for around in the kitchen. I mean, if I really had to have it for the jungle, I'd go ahead and use it. Okay, now we got stocking cap, just in case. You can always take off what you got on, but you can't put on what you don't have. Okay, I got into my clothes here, and they're all a little bunched up. We got here. Oh, okay, I gotta wait for this. Got a baklava for facial covering, for disguise for stealthy hunting. Okay, you got some leather work gloves. You got some jersey work gloves for lighter stuff. And then I got some lined gloves for at night if I need them, which I doubt I will. Okay, spare underwear, bandana, rag. Anybody ever know what a rag is? go to whorag.com and they'll show you how to wear them. It's a who-rag is a do-rag and many other things. Okay, another bandana. Pair of swimming trunks for fishing. Okay, now we'll get into a part here that's, I messed with, here it is. This is blue. This is for first things first on the island, is once I, of course, get those seeds wet again, is that I want to make sure I begin to survey the island every day, a little at a time, so I can tell how long and wide this thing is, and I can also map out on that map of the island water sources, game trails, food sources, and then any outlying, if I can get to a high point to look over towards the horizon to see any other land masses around me. Okay, here is an escape bivvy, emergency sleeping apparatus. That's the what do you call these things here? Okay, you know those space blankets? That's that type of material, but it's big enough for 2 people. This is an 8-ounce flask. Everybody should have one in their pack, because you never know when you're going to need it. I doubt if it'll get cold enough for me to need it. But depending on how long I'm there, I just might want to have a nip to take the edge off. Because, you know, they talk about the 5 C's of, you know, cover, cordage, all that, right? Cutting tool, and anyway, there's the 6th C. That's companionship. And being without somebody to talk to for 3 weeks, it'll start driving your nerves a little wacky. Oh, I forgot my spare pair of socks. What else have I got here? Okay. A 2-hour bag. Don't need that yet. Okay, here what I have here is a spare plastic bag, of course. Always come in handy for, again, tinder or hauling water. Keeping your tinder dry, or if you find a pond and you get some cattail shoots and tubers, you know, put them in there, keep them from drying out, and have something to munch on all day. Anyway, what these baggies are in here is, this is orange flavored gelatin. That's all it is Jello. This is in the event of if I contract for some reason diarrhea. Now, diarrhea, you know, number one, it will dehydrate you. Number two, the dehydration can kill you. So you don't want to get stuck out on a desert island or a tropical island with dehydration due to diarrhea. So that'd be your first line of defense in stopping it. The next thing to help you combat that will be having some electrolytes. And the electrolytes, of course, you're not carrying Gatorade because it's too damn heavy, but you can make your own. If you Google homemade electrolytes, there are several recipes out there, and you can pick according to your liking, but they're all pretty much the same, and they are salt, sugar, baking soda, and some form of citric acid, and I have lemonade. And I've made my own with this recipe here, and I forget exactly, I think it's quarter teaspoon of baking soda, a quarter of salt, half of sugar, and a half of lemonade, and mix that up, and it comes out really pretty refreshing, and you know, not as expensive as in the store. Okay, let's see. What's next? Oh, poncho. Put this on the side. Emergency blanket. A space blanket. This is a double size. Okay, now I've got some decor, just a decoration fishnet, but in an emergency, this thing will catch fish. Believe it or not. I mean, I've caught fish in screening out of a screen window before. And if that doesn't catch fish, this one will. This is a hammock. That's a fishnet style. And it's quite a bit heavier. Okay, see, here's your hooks for your rings to hook it to the tree. And that's quite a bit heavier than the other net. Moving right along. Oh, I thought I had another poncho in there. Where's another poncho? Oh, I knew I was forgetting another cutting tool also. A machete. Going to be on the tropical island. That means jungle. So that means you need your machete. And this is not a top of the line machete. See how thin it is? It's just for, and that's exactly what a machete for this type of job would be, is thin, because you don't want to be running around hacking with a heavy piece of metal all, you know, the whole time you're trying to walk through the woods, because you're already hot and sweating and wet and bugs are bothering you. You don't need a big heavy piece of metal. I mean, this thing is long. It's heavy enough as it is. But you look at how thin it is, and you figure it would not be that heavy, but it is. And I just broke the strap. Now let me put this someplace else. Okay. I have a tube tent. Can use this a number of different ways. My primary way of using this, the reason I brought it, was for a solar still. And what that is you dig a hole deep enough I would want to dig it on the beach, because that way I'd have, even though it's salt water, when you distill it, the salt stays behind. So I could dig a hole in the sand. That way that water never leaves. It's always there because it's water table water. And you spread this whole thing out over that hole. And before you cover the hole with this, you go ahead and you put your container. I've got a container somewhere around here. My cup from the canteen set. Then I would take one of a piece of my I've got plastic coated wire, and I would wire this tubing into the cup so it's nice and sturdy on the bottom, so that as the water drips in, this tubing doesn't go anywhere, and I have it anchored out on top also. Then I cover with this tube tent, and then I drop a stone in the middle, or some piece of wood, sufficient weight so to pull this down in the center, so that as the sun beats down on this and creates heat inside the hole, the water evaporates and drips down at an angle to the apex and straight down into the cup. Then all I have to do, I don't have to take anything apart. All I have to do is walk up to it, grab my hose, and start drinking on it. Neat little system. Okay, now this is my Goal Zero solar charger, solar battery charger. And this also has some sensitive electronics in it, so that's why I would be weary of any solar storms we would be having, and want to get this into a Faraday bag right away. Now this is called a Luna light stick, and this would be for reading at night, whatever or in my case, I don't have any books. I don't like to read at night. I got some cards, so I would like to play cards. Oops, there's a flashlight. There you go. There's the light from the Luna stick. A Luna stick instead of a lunatic. Okay. So much for that. Very exciting, huh? Oh, here, another cutting tool. What's that? You can never tell when you're going to need a razor knife. I love razor knives, and I know of a what do you call them? For fire starting. I know of a setup for the bow drill that doesn't take your conventional hearth board. I know of one that the Inuit people used to use that has a 90-degree seat to catch the ember, and a razor knife is excellent for taking out that ember, or at least getting it started and finishing it with a knife. And very good tool like that. Once you get started using it like that, you will like it. Okay, here, this is actually a sleeping bag liner. However, it is heavy. And don't forget, we're going to a tropical island But it does get cold there too, but I don't think it's going to get this cold. Okay, let's see, what next? Oh, are we there already? 10 by 12 tarp, ripstop, nylon, heavy duty, or standard duty, sorry. Durable ripstop polyethylene, laminated on both sides. Heavy duty rust resistant grommets, every 3 to 4 feet. All corners double reinforced, rope reinforced edges, multi-purpose. Okay, with plastic reinforced corners for added strength. Okay, well, let me see. I'll put it up there with everything else. Okay, that concludes my pack, Larry. So I hope this suffices, and hope everybody enjoyed the video, and I hope some of you learned something, no matter how small it is. And enjoy yourself next time you go out camping, and be safe. Thanks for having this contest, Larry, or this giveaway, and good luck to everyone who enters. We'll see you in the drawing. Good night.